Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Barber Motorsports Park in Barber, Alabama. I don't think it's Barber, Alabama. Maybe they should name it that. I think Skip Barber is important enough to have a city named after him. Where are we? Someone get a map out. We have an intern looking for a map right now. Gotta love interns. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. It's in one of the more important Alabama cities. You should remember that. It was built by George W. Barber. Not Skip Barber. Unless he is Skip Barber. Who knows? Is Skip his actual name or is it an implied name? Our point leader that we've been ramming down everybody's hearts lately is Jeff Cannon. 65 points. It's a lot of points to lead by. So we'll give you the grid for the Barber GP at Barber Motorsports Park. How many times can you say Barber today? I wish that we still had a car sponsored by Skip Barber Racing School. Unfortunately, they didn't like the performance of the 51 cars, so we won't be saying that one that much more. Yes, I'm a singular Douglas today. Thor Gunderson has the pole in the Valvoline Pro Series, sponsored by Valvoline. So a very excellent job for Thor Gunderson to do what the sponsor wants him to do. Starts the left of the 70 car of Eugene Hawk, who's had quite a good run of qualifying runs lately. We expected Thor to be really good on road racing. We did not expect him to get a pole right off the bat. Row 2, we have Aaron Douglas, another really good road racer. So it's kind of go figure that the usual names are going to be up front. Aaron Douglas starts to the left of Naled Patwary. Pietro Fittipaldi is starting 5th to the left of Brandon Carrasta. And then we have the point leader, Jeff Cannon, to the left of Adam Douglas. Our second Valvoline car is the 5 of Miguel Reyes to the inside of the 77 of Arthur Xavier, another good road racer. Then we have the Manco row, starting 11th and 12th, Brandon Berg and Carson Scott. Brandon Berg is now a race winner. So big round of applause to Brandon Berg. Behind them we have Chris Davis to the left of the 56 of Scott Vickers. The Whataburger Toyota. Every 56 you'll ever see is sponsored by Whataburger. And then we have Jack Wood. Yes, that Jack Wood in 24th. I don't know if he does or does not. It's not a question that we need to be asked at the moment. He starts 15th in the City Chevy to the left of Brent Cruz. Very hard to pass. Freeway Insurance Chevy Camaro for Team Trackhouse or Trackhouse Racing. I don't know what they go by. Cody Erickson starts in 17th to the left of Justin Franklin, the vegan. He really is vegan, I swear. He starts 18th. And then 19th is Anissa Johnson to the left of Alfred Dunn. I thought for sure that Manco Racing would be done with him by now, but they are not. Row 11 is Nick Fountain, the Ghost Energy Toyota Supra. He doesn't want to be known as a ghost. He wants to be up front where you can see him. Starts to the left of Dylan Touchton. Behind them, John Arndt, someone who we thought would be really good on road racing. He hasn't quite had the weekend so far that they wanted. Starts to the left of Russ Blackwell. We have J.J. Ye Lee to the inside or left, whatever you want to call it. Maybe he's on the right. Yeah, he's on the right. The 83 car, Rick Johnson. And then James Davison, as we get blocked by rocks. Davison was sponsored by the Skip Barber Racing School. They didn't like him. They're gone. But this is the Skip Barber GP. We really wanted them to be the sponsor. It would have been nice if Valvoline was on the car too, because we have the Valvoline Pro Series at Skip Barber. So Skip Barber Racing School, Valvoline, Ford. You get the point. I don't need to keep rambling on. Austin Yoakum, who's second in points, starts 28th. That is going to be really bad. Brad Smith, who's fourth in points, starts 29th. And then we have the last row, Kings of Kyle Fowler and Mike Wallace. So back out up front, we turn over to the 1 car and the 70 car. Thor Gunderson and Eugene Hawk. Eugene Hawk runs in the Premier Series for Revolution Per Motorsports. And then Revolution Per Motorsports car, the number 1. Thor Gunderson, kind of funny how that works. We'll see how that plays any kind of effect between these two? Are they going to be nice to each other? Or are they going to act like they run for different teams? The 70 car has a teammate here in the 7 to Pietro Fittipaldi. The 1 has a teammate in the 05. Pietro is a lot closer to the 70 than John Arndt is to the 1. It's time to go road racing. See the spider in the infield? I'm not educated enough in racing history to know why there's a spider there. I know that the University of Richmond's mascot is a spider, but this isn't Virginia, so I don't know. Maybe he was called Spider-Man, but I think that's Elio Castroneves. We have not done any testing here. This could go absolutely brilliantly. It could go really terribly. Out of the line, the 1 car gets a good jump on the 70. We are racing at Barber Motorsports Park. No. Looks like everybody's through and clean. Oh, maybe not Brendan Berg. He's off along with the 77 car. That is not going to be enough to bring out a caution, but these two are going to have damage. Let's go back and see what happened to them. It was both of them together. Oh man, they were fighting for points. You saw the 77 got loose. There was contact between both of them twice. The 54 car is also off. Damage to that car as well as the 56. Wonder if that is connected. Brad Smith is in big trouble. We are going to throw the caution for that.
Yellow, yellow.
Wonder what happened to him. Let's go back and take a look at that. I'm not ashamed to bring the controls up. Go ahead and see what happened to the 2 car. Everything's looking well so far. Oh, he got turned! Hard in the wall. Must have seen it from the other angle and I totally missed it. Man, the 2 car just dumped him. Hard in the wall. Hi, Brett. There is carnage. Meanwhile, the 56 and the 54 also had a misunderstanding. Oh man, the 54 car is just gonna get into the quarter panel of 56, turn him hard on the wall. The 54 goes spinning. We saw an accident like this at Barber IndyCar last year with Jimmy Johnson and I think it was Newgarden who got in the grass and spun in front of the field, causing a multi-car crash there. Chris just going in reverse. Nice job, buddy. Way to resort. That's some resources right there. Good on you, man. So a wild first lap here at Barber Motorsports Park. Sees the 44 car back to 28th spot after contact with the 77 of Arthur Xavier. Some unsponsored cars having some misunderstandings. I think that was Bailey Curry that we saw dump the 2 car. That's going to be really unfortunate for the 2 car at points, getting dumped on lap 1 in the second corner. Meanwhile, Thor Gunderson has the point lead, or not the point lead, the race lead after 1 lap over the 70 car of Eugene Hawk. Now in Pat Wary in 3rd, Aaron Douglas in 4th. Brandon Crasta is in 5th, and then Pietro Fittipaldi's in 6th. We complete this lap, we'll send him to 1 to go. Brandon Crasta has some damage to his quarter panel. All right, the field's told one to go. We'll get going rather quickly. Double file. If we have another carnage, we'll send them to single file for the next restart. Brett Pritchard reporting from the pit box of the 20 car Dylan Touchton, saying that he wants to get both his cars up to the front. Saw Touchton have a top 5 run last race. The two drivers weren't entirely optimistic to be racing on the road, but I mean, so far it's quite all right for them. We have the 20 car in 16th. The 4 car had a poor starting position, but is already up 3 spots in the 24th for Austin Yoakum. Of course, both drivers are currently in on the chase, and we're going to get ever so closer to the race-offs. This is race 9 on tape delay, as we will be back to regular scheduled races either this weekend or next weekend. We may be running 2 Premier Series races this weekend, and then we'll be getting back to schedule for them, and then next week we'll have regular scheduled events. So to reset, we still have Thor Gunnarsson and Eugene Hawk on the front row. And then we have the 9 of now Pat Larry, the 12 of Aaron Douglas, 63 of Brandon Crasta, the 7 of Pietro Fittipaldi, 17 of Adam Douglas, Jeff Cannon's in 8th, Carson Scott's in 9th, Miguel Reyes is in 10th. The pace car is going to dip off the track, and we're going to try to get going one more time on lap 4 of 50. The 1 car comes around the corner, and we're going to get going. The top 5 is good and well through 1 and 2. The 63 car is loose. So the 4 car of Austin Yoakum is off the track. We get a hold of the 63. Oh, the 9 car! Oh man, he's going to be in the wall hard there, as well as the 63. Oh, the contact with the 6 car, the 20, that's going to be another yellow. Oh man, Brandon Crasta is going to be hurting after that one. We hope he is all right. Some really hard contact there. Get another look at this. It started with the 12 car and the 9. Let's go and pick up the 9. It just got real loose. And Brandon was in trouble behind the 9 already, but just ever so contact, and it sends the 9 in the wall. 63 also got the wall. I don't know if anyone else is going to have contact with the 9, but I see the 20 sliding into there, the 83. That 20's got heavy damage. That is not looking good for Dylan Touchton. Rick Johnson was involved. 6 car had damage earlier. So Austin Yoakum slides to begin this lap. And that all but saved him from any further damage. He's right to where he was. He was 24th before the restart. He's back to 24th. So the 4 car isn't in too bad of a spot now. So some damage still on the 77 car as he tries to climb his way back up the field. Bailey Curry's now up to 19th. going to happen now is we're going to send them back to 1 to go. But then we're going to make it single file. Oh, apparently I got to wait. I got to wait a few minutes. They're almost done with this pace lap, and then we can send it to 1 to go. See if we have a better shot at getting this race going with them in single file. We have a heavy damage to the 83 car that we saw get into the 20 car when the 63 was sideways. Austin Yoakum does have some slight right front damage. Go ahead and show you for now. So you see the front of the 4 car. And James Davison's car, heavy damage. Of course, Cody Erickson and Rick Johnson, Mike Wallace. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to be able to send them to 1 to go. All right, there we go. We are at 1 to go. They're going to have a single file restart. Reckless Racing is reporting that now Pat Wary is okay. Of course, they're pretty good on points at the moment. They don't really need to worry about the 9 car making it to postseason. They kind of expected the road races to be a problem between their 3 cars. Please don't be doubling up. It's just obviously Reckless Racing did not want to have DNFs. That's just kind of the worst case scenario playing out for the 9 car, but they still have 2 machines in the fray. The 5 car is in 7th, 24 is in 10th. It's not too bad for Reckless Racing, and Ira Motorsports, of course, would be really disappointed to have the 20 car wreck out. But the 4 car could still manage a comeback. There's still plenty of time. Plenty can happen. So, white car having trouble. Cody Erickson? Cody Erickson's having some big issues right now. Stopped on the racetrack. Oh, the 9 car's back out on the racetrack. They might be well and okay, but the 6 car is not. I think they might have gotten the 20 car back out. Yeah, they did get the 20 car back out on track. Put a new front clip on the car and he's back out there. I think he might be a lap down though. And the green flag is in the air. We're gonna see if this goes any better starting single file. That's good for Ira Motorsports and the 9 car to get their cars back up and going. So far, we're good. We've made it through 1 turn. This is excellent. We might be getting started here at Barber Motorsports Park, finally. A few cars that are a little bit worse for wear. So we get a look at our leader, Thor Gunderson. trying to put a gap on the 70 of Eugene Hawk and Aaron Douglas in the 12th car. Back to Miguel Reyes in 7th place. I'm surprised that they're able to get the 9 and the 20 repaired, but that is really good for them. Unfortunately, they're not on the lead lap, but they might have opportunities to get back to the lead lap. So the 63 car goes to the inside of the 9. Oh, 9's really loose, sliding through that corner. Looks like now is going to get it righted. Some cars locking up ahead of them. Oh, the 24 car, Jack Wood, is off the track. He gets going again. Might have just gotten stuck in the gravel momentarily. It's not going to be what Ben wants to see. We have to resort to the 5 car and just hope that Miguel Reyes is able to put something together. So Reyes is fighting for 6th place, trying to get to the 17 car. Oh, something happened to Nick Fountain. Nick Fountain's in big trouble. The 44 car collides with him. This is the 77 spinning in that corner. And the 2 car, we're going to have to call a yellow for this.
Roger, man. I didn't hear nothing.
44 car might be stuck. Oh, that sucks for Brennan Berg. He's trying to get the car moving. I don't think he's going to be able to. Started with the 99. Or the 29. Could start with the 99 still. Looks like Nick Fountain just lost it. Trying to get around the outside of the 3 car and just spun. He came to a stop, which was just stupid. And then the 44 has contact. The 77 gets stuck in the gravel. The 2 car spins behind them. 29 ends up getting back going. Yeah, they had to tow the 44 car and the 77 and the 6. Oh, the 6 is still on the racetrack. Good. The 77 is not. So Krast is on the track. Alright, well, this will give us a chance to wave some guys around. Just take a little bit of time during the caution. While the drivers work to catch to the pace car. Thor Gunderson leads Eugene Hawk and Aaron Douglas. Then Pietro Fittipaldi's up to 4th. Jeff Cannon is in 5th. Adam Douglas is in 6th. Miguel Reyes is in 7th. Carson Scott up to 8th. Brent Cruz is up to 9th. Justin Franklin in 10th. Alfred Dunn in 11th. Anissa Johnson's in 12th. Russ Blackwell 13th. JJ Yaley 14th. John Arndt 15th. Kyle Fowler is up to 16th. Chris Davis back to 17th. Scott Vickers back to 18th. Austin Yoakum is now 19th. We saw him 24th earlier. Some progress for the 4 car. wave the lappers around. We'll just let the caution take its course. The other cars that are a lap down will be making their way up. So now we had Pat where he was going to be allowed to get back to the lead lap. Just taking his time getting up there. Just want to try to be safe on a narrow racetrack. Our touchdown's almost through. And there he goes, back to lead lap. Berg is really confused on passing leaders. Doesn't really know how to get his lap back. Arthur Xavier's having the same kind of struggles behind them. Arthur Xavier on pit road. Well, that's not going to let you have a lap back. See if you're at 1 to go. Yep, we're at 1 to go. Excellent, right on time. Bergenberg's going to be kind of late, but that's fine. Keep him out of trouble. So once again, to remind y'all, Thor Gunderson is your leader, number 1 Valvoline Camaro. Behind him is the unsponsored number 70 of Eugene Hawk. And third is Aaron Douglas in the Castro Ford Mustang. And fourth is Pietro Fittipaldi in the HendrickCars.com Camaro. Jeff Cannon is fifth in the Splunk Toyota Supra. Adam Douglas is sixth in the Innovative Fuel Technologies Ford Mustang. Miguel Reyes is seventh in the other Valvoline Chevy Camaro for Reckless Racing this time, instead of Revolutions for Motorsport. Eighth place is Carson Scott from Manco Racing. Ninth place is Brent Cruz in the Freeway Insurance Chevy Camaro for Trackhouse Racing. And then 10th is Justin Franklin for Mir Toyota Racing in the Vegan Ghost Toyota Supra. Austin Yoakum, second in points, is up to 19th spot. Adam is third in points. Jeff Cannon is first. Fourth is the 2-car of Brad Smith, who's currently scored in the 30th position. We're coming through the last turns. Before we get going, just a quick check on Brendan Berg. He is nowhere close. That's fine. So the field turns hands over to the 1 car. He's going to get a jump on the restart. He can go whenever he wants to. Races back under green as the field races off towards turn number 1. So 99 car's really loose through turn 2. Gets to gather back up. So Jack Wood is racing somebody. Mike Wallace. They get that sorted out. Oh, the 63 car once again is in the wall really hard. Brendan Crasta. The field is going to be clear of him, so that is just going to be able to move on through. That's really heartbreaking for Brendan Crasta. Oh man, that's 63 camp. That'll likely do it for them this race. Thor Gunderson continues to lead over the 70 of Eugene Hawk. Aaron Douglas is in third. I think he was in third before. I don't know, but he's in third now. And he's looking onto the 70 car for second. Oh, it's really loose. They're able to gather it up. Good save out of the 12th car. Dylan touched in the 9-car racing position. A lot of contact between those two. They continue to racing to the damage to the right side of the 9-car. They're racing really close. Might not be all too happy with each other. Xavier is making quite a lot of trips to pit road. See the 20 continue to fight with the 9-car. Now Pat Ware feels like he's faster than this 20. It's a battle for the 26th position at the moment. The 93 car's in trouble. The 20 is going to be able to get to the inside of him. Mike Wallace is not giving Dylan Touchton any room. Into the last corner here, and the 20 car is going to get clear of the 93 now. Car of Austin Yoakum is going to make some moves. Yoakum is currently running in the 19th place, and then your top 3 is currently still the same. Thor Gunderson leads over Eugene Hawk, Aaron Douglas in third, Pietro Fittipaldi is in fourth at the moment. Cannon is still in fifth. Your top 7 really remains the same, top 8 I guess, and then from there there's some rather competitive cars.
Brent Cruz is in 9th, quite a ways away from 8th. And Justin Franklin in 10th. Alfred Dunn is in 11th now, trying to hold off Anissa Johnson. Anissa Johnson looks pretty racy on this road course. Got quite a bit of damage to the 84 car, but she continues to power forward. Fowler's up 13 spots from his original starting position, up to 18th now. Oh, Brendan Berg and Mike Wallace. I don't know if they got together or Berg was trying to avoid the 93. But the 93 got around them. They were in contact. 93 was already slow and then just kind of got loose again into the 44 car. 93 is not having a fun race this weekend. So many issues. Not what Berg wanted at all. He would lose touch of the field once again. A lot of damage to the left side of that car. 93 is off the pace and on the outside. Might have a tire down on the 93. Meanwhile, Thor Gunderson continues to pull away from Eugene Hawk. It's looking like it's one of those days. I mean, a road racing veteran comes to FARCA to try to learn ovals. It's just, he's putting the work in. This is what he knows best. And he's putting it on display. Eugene Hawk comes from a road racing background himself from England. So go figure that they are 1-2, and then of course Aaron Douglas in third is really good at road racing these oval cars. Looks like he might have some damage to his left rear. Yeah, that looks like the 12th car definitely has some damage. Let's see if we can get a look on that. Yeah, so there we go. There's a good look at the 12 car's damage. Not sure where he could have had contact, but there definitely is some bent fenders on the 12th car. Aaron Douglas continues to run in the third position over Pietro Fittipaldi. Dylan Touchton has had a moment. He's gone off track and since come back on. See some damage to the left side of his number 20 machine. Behind Brendan Berg now. Feels finally settled down. It seems like they've kind of gotten in a rhythm now. It's the Anissa Johnson machine is off the track. Anissa can't get it going. We'll have to throw the yellow. She's trying. She's going to get it back underway. Let's go back and see if it was forced contact or not. It doesn't look like it. She was trying to get position on the 09 car, just completely overshot the corner and lost control of the 84 machine. Moves Alfred Dunn to the top 10 now. So it's still Thor Gunderson, Eugene Hawk, Aaron Douglas, Pietro Fittipaldi, and Jeff Cannon. Cannon's got some gap on the 17 car now, and 17's also being able to gap the 5. It's like Carson Scott might be closing in on Miguel Reyes a little bit. Might have a battle before long. And then Brett Cruz is putting a little bit of a gap on the 43 at Alfred Dunn. Dunn passed Justin Franklin earlier. But Franklin himself is starting to reel in the 43 car a little bit. Might have been saving his tires. And we should have a pit stop at some point in this race. I'm not sure when. 115 miles. I'm pretty sure the cars can't go that long on field. Maybe around lap 30 or lap 40. Let's get a look at the 05 car, who's up to 14 behind JJ Yaley. Scott Vickers is still working on the 54 car. They've been together all race. 56 car looks like it's got quite a bit of oversteer going on right now. So now Pat Wary currently racing against Nick Fountain. The 9 car's really loose. The 29 locked up the fronts, the 9 locked up the rears. Both are able to continue on. I think we got some spread on the field now. We probably won't be seeing too much carnage from here on to the end. .6 seconds between the 1 and the 70. One car kind of slipped up in turn 1. If it's a good drive off, it's going to allow him to pull a little bit more on Eugene Hawk. Aaron Douglas is losing a little bit of ground to the 7 car. As the tires wear, Aaron might be losing the advantage, I should say. Did see that they had some damage to the car. I don't know if that's hurting him or not. There are some very long straightaways, so it could be an arrow effect. The 43 car is losing ground to the 9. Looks like Justin Franklin is reeling him in. So Pietro Fittipaldi, who is currently the highest running rookie in the series, denoted by the green banners, running fourth. They haven't had a good season up to this point. This is a good chance to get some momentum on the type of racetrack that he's familiar with. Of course, he grew up racing late models on short tracks in America, but lately he's been running a lot of road racing cars. So all around solid driver. But road racing probably more suited to his driving style. Jeff Cannon running 5th still. Just kind of maintain the gap between both the 7 and the 17. Of course, it looks like Adam is starting to fall victim to the 5. 17 car itself might have some damage on the left rear, just like the 12. Just trying to maintain their pace. Something has happened to Bailey Curry. For the 52 car. He's going, so there isn't really anything important. The 54 car has been in trouble as well. That might just be what it is. Maybe it was a false. Yeah, the 54 car's got a lot of damage. Must have had contact with the 56. Saw that these two were racing. Oh, I got on the wall. Yeah, they were running side by side, and 56 just ran out of room and got into the 54 car pretty hard. Get it back to the 12 and 7 cars. Pietro Fittipaldi is getting pretty close to Aaron Douglas now. Chris Davis is coming down the road now. Now the power has had another issue. In the 9 car. Currently running in the 24th position. Pietro isn't quite close enough to the 12 car to make a move. So head down into turn number 1. Pietro really drove it into turn number 2. '92 car might be making up some ground from him, but Jeff Cannon is about 4 seconds behind these two racing. So probably not close enough to make anything happen. Well, I saw that Miguel Reyes was starting to close in on the 17 car. That gap is kind of stalled out. Last time Pietro Fittipaldi was half a second faster than the 12 car. This time they were all but identical. Oh, Aaron Douglas got loose in turn number 2. The 7 car's gonna be right on his tail now. Aaron gets defensive. Pietro's going to have an opportunity to take a run at him. As close as he's been in a while. Nick Fountain's had a problem. Oh, the 9 car is also off. 29 car is off at the pace. back bumper of the 17. This is getting pretty close too for the 6th spot. So go back up to 3rd. Able to get through there nice and easy. The 17 and the 5 also get through this last set of corners cleanly. Is able to pull away from the 7 car, so looks like that might be sorted out for now. It's like Reyes can't quite close in on the 17 car either. Carson Scott's still in 8th, Brent Cruz still in 9th, Alfred Dunn still in 10th. These cars are starting to branch out quite a bit of ways as far as being on their own, except for the ones in the very back. Russ Blackwell in 12th. This is Yaley in 13th. Scott Vickers in 14th. Saw him have contact with 54 earlier. And the 54 spun on his own. Vickers is currently in front of the 05 John Arndt. Kyle Fowler's back in 16th spot with Bailey Curry behind him. So the group of cars behind them to the 4 car Boston Yoko is inside this. He opens up to the top 20, so that's good for that group. So Jack Wood is looking on the 83 car, Rick Johnson. This group of cars races pretty closely to one another. Everyone's going to be respectful for now. It's getting pretty close. I think we can expect pit stops pretty soon. 23 laps to go, so we're just past halfway, but maybe in the next 10 laps or so, we might actually be seeing some guys come down. The 12 cars really got to be the 7 now. So Pietro must have used his tires up to catch the 12 and just didn't quite have enough left to pass Aaron Douglas. So that's going to leave Aaron in the 3rd spot. While Miguel Reyes is starting to drop back from the 17. Could be a similar situation. Could just be in the deep part of the run. So when Thor comes down pit road, right now he's projected to come out in the 8th position. He has gapped the field so much. So they have a strong. I mean, they could probably even make a mistake on pit road. Once everything's out through, they can still be in the lead. It's got a 5 1/4 second lead right now over Eugene Hawk. The Hawk pits right now, he's coming out 10th. So these two have put in such a blistering pace. And the top 4 would come out top 10 right now, all in the projected. Of course, if they all pit at the same time, they won't all be in the top 10. But just so much pace from the top 7 cars. I wonder if we'll continue to see this throughout the road races this season. Justin Franklin even couldn't close in on the 43. We saw he was right on the bumper earlier, and I was quite a ways back. We could be in the deep run here. This is Nick Fountain going on the inside of the 05 car. John Arndt is just going to let him go. They're not on the same lap right now. And John just didn't see any point in fighting for that space. Could have gotten pretty dicey. Forward to trouble. So this race has been all Thor Gunderson. His fastest lap is 3/10 faster than Eugene Hawk's. And every lap he's between 3 and 5/10 faster than Eugene. This one car is spinning the zip code of its own. Aaron's got a huge gap on Pietro now. And it's growing to almost 2 seconds. See a lot of brake dust falling off the 7 car as he enters the corner. Perhaps Pietro ran out of brakes. He might be struggling a little bit. Get the car to slow down. It's pretty early to be having some brake problems. So if he's losing the pedal, he's going to be in for quite a roller coaster. Blackwell is all alone. He's 5 seconds behind Justin Franklin. He's 5 seconds ahead of JJ Gately. Just a sheer difference in pace there between 11 and 13. So some issues with the 83 and 52 car. They're going to be pretty close. 83 cars is losing a lot of grip right now. Chris Davis is in trouble. He's crashed. Went to pit road. Look at this group of 6 cars. No one's really faster than anyone else. On board the 70 car, Eugene Hawk. They navigate Barber Motorsports Park, the Barber GP, the Valley Pro Series of FARCA. Nick Fountain has crashed again. Incredible. I guess that might be just a glitch. Maybe he went off track. Could have spun, but I mean, he's still in 28. Back to the one car, Thor Gunderson, our leader, 6.2 seconds and growing. And he's coming on pit road. Here we go. Pit stops are starting. How exciting can you get? Everyone's just going to come on pit road immediately. Top 5 is coming in. Top 6, yeah, everybody's just going to come immediately. So, how quickly can these guys get through pit road? How good are they? How good are the pit crews? Is it going to matter? Service is done on one car, they're away. Eugene Hawk is out of there. Looks pretty good, no huge issues yet. 5 car might be pretty close to the 17 now. Shoot, 99 came out of pit road right in front of the 26. That's where field works through pit stops. Only 2 cars have really stayed out. JJ Elliott and Scott Vickers are running 5th and 6th at the moment on the old tires.
Jeff Cannon will catch them shortly if they don't pit this time. It should be coming down. 28 does, the 6 does not. So Jeff Cannon's going to have to race a sister car. They're not teammates, but they are similar.
and not just because of Toyotas. The race teams collaborate. The 17 cars racing for 29. Oh, the 92 cars really loose through turn number 2, drifting through the corners, able to get it righted. Jeff Cannon's going to have to dig deep to try to catch the 56. He's still on his back bumper with fresh tires, but shouldn't be burning them up so much. He's going to use the outside here, really pinching off the 56 car through the carousel. He'll be able to pass the 56 keys. The 43 car had some issues on pit road that made him come out behind the 9 and the 6. So here comes Scott Vickers now down pit road. We'll lose 20 seconds. Alan Patware, he's also pitting. I don't know if something happened to them, or I thought they pitted earlier, they would have enough fuel. Anyways, they're on pit road now, so. That moves Alfred Dunn to 11th behind the 6 car Cody Erickson. Pretty close to one another. Erickson has damage. Scott Vickers rejoins the race in 18th. It looks like now Patware will be 19th. Now they're having some issues on pit road right now. They're holding the car. So now Patware is not going to have the pit stop he's looking for, but the 43 car is making a move on the 6 for position down the back straight. 93 cars really loose, so I'm sliding through the corkscrew. So Alfred Dunn is back to 10th after losing a couple spots on pit road. Ends up not mattering and gets the positions back on the racetrack. So Thor Gunnarson's coming back to the stripe to make it 13 laps to go at Barber Motorsports Park. Cody Erickson is back on pit road. Now the 44 car is up to the 15th spot in front of the 56 of Scott Vickers. Well, the 56 car got really deep into turn number 2. Berg has been able to make a nice recovery. Up to 15th now. Though I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it to the end. A huge slide through the carousel. 56 car kind of had to wait for him, but now Scott Vickers is going to make a move. So easily have that done for the end of this straightaway into the corkscrew. 56 just has fresher tires than the 44. Looks like Thor has caught the tail end of the field, putting the 20 car of Dylan Touchton a lap down, and now he's looking on the 2 of Brad Smith. It's easy going to be able to get that done. Brad Smith loses a spot to the 20. Brendan Berg is come down pit road, so they could not go to the end on fuel. The 44 car lap down now. But he'll have fresh tires, so who knows if he'll be able to get the 2 and the 20 back. But that only put him in 25th position, so still not the day that they wanted by any means.
Alright, we're closing in on the end of this race, the Barber GP. It feels like it's been going on forever. It really hasn't been going on forever, just about an hour and a half or so. So Miguel Reyes has passed the 17 car, and I missed it, but hopefully the 17 car can get him back. Definitely not biased. Pietro Fittipaldi is also closing in on the 12 car, just a little bit. There's 2 laps to go. The leader of this race is 23rd in points. So this is going to be a very big boost. See the 12 car get loose again, really loose. 7 car is going to have a good opportunity to climb in on it. But the 12 car is 27th in points. The 1 car is 23rd in points. So these two are going to walk away with a really good points day. So many cars around them are having issues. Looks like Pietro doesn't really quite have the speed on the 12. Even though the 12 is getting caught up by Dylan Touchton, who was off the lead lap. Yeah, there isn't really a gap for the 17 to get back to the 5, but there we might have a race between the 12 and the 7 as they come to the last lap. This is 12 seconds behind the leader. The white flag is in the air for Thor Gunderson. He's led flag to flag. A dominating performance. And then 1 car to the 12 car is loose in turn 2. Again, this is going to allow the 7 car to get right up to him. Do not want contact on the last lap. See if the 12 car is going to give an inch at all to the 7. There's contact. Aaron Douglas is off the track. He's in the wall hard. The one thing they didn't want, the 12 car is going to have to try to get going. If he can, he's attempting to refire the car. I don't think they can get it refired. On the last lap, the 7 car gets into the side of the 12. Aaron Douglas thought they were finally going to have a good race, where they could have a solid finish. They are not going to be able to make it back to the line. The 12 car is out of the race. They thought they had a top 3 finish. Pietro Fittipaldi, and that's going to put Spire to finishing 2nd and 3rd. What a turn of events. We knew the 7 was going to catch him, but it's just the 12 got loose in the worst spot. But it's going to be Thor Gunderson who's going to win at Barber Motorsports Park. He wins the GP, his first of this season, and his first since 2018 when he was driving a Dodge for Manco Racing. Just incredible for the Valvoline team out of Revolutions Per Motorsport. 2nd place is going to go to Eugene Hawk. 3rd goes to Pietro Fittipaldi after booting Aaron Douglas on the last lap. The Change It Racing team is not going to be happy with Spire Motorsports. 2 drivers who have not had the season go the way they wanted to. Both have struggled really hard, and it ends up being that they both need 3rd. Like the 7 and the 12 team really needed this finish. Aaron Douglas is going to come home with 20th, so nothing to show for the top 5 run that he had. Jeff Cannon finishes 4th. Miguel Reyes top 5, so really good for that Reckless Racing camp. Adam Douglas will finish 6th. Brent Cruz in 7th. I think he's out of fuel. Yeah, this car has to be out of fuel on the last lap. And then Alfred Dunn in 8th. Might have also ran out of fuel at the top of the hill. Carson Scott finishes 9th. So Justin Franklin dropped back to 10th at the end of this race. Russ Blackwell is in 11th. JJ Yaley in 12th. Alright, so let's see. I might have to wait just a little bit longer. It says it's done. These guys are coming down. Jack Woods in 18th out of field. I think he finished the race. Yeah, he finished the race. And Cody Erickson's also out of field. Quite a few cars ran out of fuel on the last lap. Alright, we should be good to go. Gotta cross my fingers. Yeah, it finished. Alright. So that'll do it for the VPS. We are all caught up and ready to go for the next race. Weird. So Barber. And Thor Gunderson's finish is complete. So we did have some penalties. The 92, the point leader, illegal staggering of tires. They've been disqualified. The 70 of Eugene Hawk had a traction control device on his car. So he's been disqualified. So second place finisher, Eugene Hawk, finishes 31st. Our point leader, who had a top 5, now goes to 32nd. Brad Smith had a loose lug nut in qualifying. But the 70 car has been caught cheating for 2 of the last 4 races with top 2 finishes. Very controversial out of the Spire Motorsports camp, but I guess that makes up for the contact between Eugene Hawk's teammate and Aaron Douglas. So Aaron will now finish 18th. Other penalties: Brent Cruz had a loose lug nut. Miguel Reyes had a loose lug nut. Adam Douglas's engine compression was the ratio of it was over max, so they'll get a monetary fine, but they get to keep their finishing position. So quite a wild race at Barber for penalties. Let's see what our points look like. Jeff Cannon now has a 20-point lead over Adam Douglas. See, so Eugene Hawk was 12th in points, and now he is relegated to 21st. So they are once again going to have a steep road to climb out of to get back into 16th. His teammate Pietro Fittipaldi is now eligible for the postseason. So very interesting out of the Spire Motorsports camp. They need to be a lot more careful. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in and sticking around as that race kind of got a little bit strung out. It was wild when it started. It's just kind of falls off there when the tires get worn out. But thanks everybody for sticking around. Tomorrow we'll get through trucks. And then this weekend we'll see you for more Dubby Premier Series racing.